So Dien is playing runner first, and he's running Andromeda. For the new people, Andromeda starts with a opening hand of 9 cards. And Kaiwen, John Craven, is playing Hospiroid, Stronger Together. Interesting. Let's see what he throws down here. So, sorry, forgot to explain. Hospiroid, Stronger Together, all Bioroid Ice has +1 strength. This is an identity that I don't really see much of, so I'm interested to see how he goes about doing this. So I'm assuming because he's playing Andromeda, he opens up with the HQ Ice. It's pretty standard. And he kept his hand, so I'm going to go ahead and assume he has 2 pieces of ice and 1 action. Never mind, he doesn't care about R&D. So he's sitting at 9 credits. Now Dien opens up with a Dirty Laundry over R&D. Make a run. After the run's completed, gain 5 credits if it was successful. So he's going to get 5 credits and see the top card, which he does. So now he's sitting at 8 credits. Just going to face check HQ. Victor. Very nice. I assume he's going to click the brain damage and bounce. Oh, he clicks both. Goes through. Sees an Ash. So I thought he was going to click the brain damage and bounce to see what this asset was, thinking that it might be Adonis or Eve and trash it. But he had other plans. Gets rid of blackmail, R&D interface, and emergency shutdown. So that's not the typical Andromeda play that you'd see. For most players, they try to get rid of those 4 extra cards on their turn so that they don't have to discard anything. But Dien has 3 Tresor championships, so I won't criticize his choices. Jackson Howard. First click he uses Jackson. Second click install ice over R&D. Third click installing ice over Victor. Paying 1 credit, drops him at 5. So I'm interested to see what Dien does here. Face checks R&D. Force the corp to spend some money. No res. So he's getting some valuable intel. It's always good to see the corpse card before they do. You know what their corp draw is going to be the next turn. I'm not sure if he's thinking. Installs Yogg and ends his turn. Sorry, 2 credits first. Yogg and ends his turn. Which kind of sucks here because since Kaiwen's playing Stronger Together, Yogg is unable to break Victor for free now, since Victor's at 4. I know it's obvious, but I have to say it anyways. So I believe the first click was Jackson, second click green level clearance. Yep, first click was Jackson, second click green level clearance. Gain 3 credits and draw a card into a hedge fund. Kaiwen's now sitting at 11 credits. Dien is at 2 credits. Spends his first 2 clicks to draw and runs a Dirty Laundry into Archives. He's struggling for money at this point. He's going to run in Trash Jackson. and Kaiwen decides to let Dien spend 3 credits rather than pop Jackson Howard to get hedge funds back. Another green level. 2 green levels. No wonder he didn't bother popping Jackson. So that's 4 credits and 2 cards netted. And his last click is another ice install over archives. So no more dirty laundry. Back to Dien, sitting at 2 credits. First click draw. Second click draw. 3 installed, same old thing. Wondering what he's going to use that on. It's kind of unfortunate that I can't look through the archives to show what events he's already played. So he takes credit and trashes Crypsis, ending his turn. Back to Dien, or sorry, Kaiwen sitting at 15 credits. First click draw, second click install, third click install. Wow. I'm assuming one of these are Ash. Oh, Eve Campaign. So Eve Campaign's trash cost of 5. Dien's forced to leave it there with only 3 credits. Second click draw, third click draw, fourth click data sucker. Ending his turn. Eve Campaign at the end of Dien's turn. Ooh, double Eve. Nice. That is going to be a problem. No one wants to spend 10 credits, especially when you're struggling for money like this. Sitting at 2 credits, the last thing on your mind is getting rid of double Eve Campaign. So Dien draws a card, sorry, Kaiwen draws a card, installs a piece of ice, and something behind the server. Dien opens up with a face check over R&D. Bastion's gonna bump him. Second click. He will run the remote, face check. And so if you can't get rid of the assets, you might as well find ways to force the corp to spend money. If this is a card that's important, he's obviously gonna have to spend the money to res this piece of ice here and drop himself below 5 credits. Another victor. So he can click the brain damage and bounce, or he can click through. Yeah, so that's click and bounce. I'm assuming he's going to go for archives now, or draw a card. Yeah, I would go for archives too to try to get that data sucker token, because sitting at 2 credits, it's very unlikely that this ice can get rezzed. So that's a free data sucker token, and he ends his turn. Back to Kaiwen, sitting at 6 credits. That Eve Campaign is coming in handy. It's got billboards all over the place. Britney Spears on it. Doubles up the ice over the remote. I still think that's an Ash. So he's running the account siphon, interesting. 7 credits, what could this be? It's going to be Baroid that he can click through, and then he's going to spend the 1 data sucker token on Victor. Break for free with Yogg. Yep. Break for free with Yogg, and steal his $4. There it is. Gets through. Steals his $4, takes 2 tags. So now Dien's sitting at 10 credits. Kaiwen's at 0. So I think it might be a run over this remote here now, knowing that he can break for free. not sure what happened. Oh, okay. So there's an issue. Yeah. So he's gonna res that Ash to reduce his credits to 2, so that Dien can't steal and gain 8 from it. Which I was thinking he should have done to begin with, but so it's just gonna be a regular access. And I didn't get a chance to see what card that was. It's too quick. Might have been Hudson. Actually, I doubt it was Hudson. Emergency shutdown, and ends his turn. So it puts Kaiwen back at 6 credits because of the Eve campaigns. That stronger together is causing some troubles. Although at this point he can get through untouched. Get through Victor untouched, I should say. But now the issue will be here, running this server with only 2 credits. It's not going to be able to beat Ash's Trace. First click runs R&D. Wow, Kaiwen chooses not to res Bastion, saving himself $4. No agenda, but a data sucker token. Pretty sure this was already at 2, so it should be at 3. Dien draws twice, and for his last click, he takes a credit. Can someone confirm that this should have been at 3? I don't remember him spending a data sucker token. Either way, Kaiwen opens up with a accelerated beta test. He runs the beta test, but his team was incompetent. That means he just trashed 3 cards, 2 archives. The beta test. That card is funny. So when you score accelerated beta test, you may look up 3 cards of R&D. If any of those cards are ice, you may install and res them, ignoring all costs. Trash the rest of the cards you looked at. So Kaiwen decided to run the beta test, pulled 0 ice, and now he's sitting at 1 click, 8 credits, and we'll see what his decision is here. Still don't know what this ice is over archives, but at this point, Dien's going to be forced to run that and hope that it's Bioroid that he can click through. So last click, he installs another, I'm assuming, agenda in the remote server. Yep, inside job into archives for the first Dien's first click. So he's gonna access, see if any of those were agendas that got trashed. NAPD can't afford it, but he gets a Project Wotan, 3 points. NAPD is so good. So he couldn't steal it because he didn't have 4 credits to pay for it. He draws a card, takes 2 credits, and ends his turn. Back to Kaiwen. I'm assuming this is triple advance and score. Those Eve campaigns continuing to pay off. Okay. About the data suckers, because of that issue with the account siphon, that's why it was still at 2, where he had to take his turn back. Kaiwen installs a piece of ice over the remote, pays 2, advances once. And sitting at 3 credits. This is turn 20. His options are pretty limited here with only 3 credits. R&D interface and forcing the Bastion res. There it is. Bounces, last click, 0 credits. Takes credit, ends turn. Back to Kaiwen. Double advance and score. Yep. Is it another beta test? Another beta test. Does he run it this time? He goes for it and gets a Ichi 1.0 and a Quandary. Quandary kind of sucks because obviously Yog's going to break that regardless. But the Ichi's good enough. That'll help him out. Especially because it's at 5. So he's just deciding where to place these two ice. Excuse me. And I was thinking that it should go over HQ as well because I'm pretty sure that Dien would have went for the account siphon and click through to get some quick money. So Ichi goes over HQ to block the clickable account siphon, and Quandary goes over archives so that archives cannot be inside jobbed. So he's gonna have to face this ice eventually. Takes 2 credits, runs hostage, Katie Jones maybe. Yep. 2 credits, hostage, Katie Jones, start getting his money going. Hostage just lets you search for a connection and install it, which is what he did there. Another agenda in that beefy remote. Likely an agenda. First click. No. Second click, another install on the remote. Kaiwen sitting at 11 credits. Advances once. And that's his turn. Back to Dien, sitting at 0 credits. 3 data sucker tokens and a Yogg. First click. Pumps Katie. Takes 3 credits. Back to Kaiwen. Double advance. Triple advance. So that's NAPD. Oh, no. Vitruvius to get his NAPD back, maybe. Over advances that. Sitting at 6-3. Takes Katie, installs the feedback implants. That's a good choice. 2 clicks left. And 2 cards in hand. Don't think it'll be a siphon, that doesn't make sense. Corroder. Okay, so he's gonna dig through R&D, hoping that this is... Hey, so it was Hudson, I was right. That's good. He has the data sucker token, and then he's gonna break with Yogg. Hudson subroutine, the runner cannot access more than 1 card during this run, which is good, considering R&D interface is out, but data sucker has enough tokens on it. Or no, he's just going for the 1. Okay. So he's just going to see the 1 card then. Didn't break Hudson. Corroder breaks Bastion to see 1 card over R&D. What is it? Nothing. And that's his turn. Back to Kaiwen. 3 clicks, 8 credits. Eve campaigns are gone. They might have been gone last turn, I wasn't paying attention. My first time doing commentary. I'm supposed to have a partner. That's how they do it for sports, isn't it? Hedge fund, up to 12 credits, 2 clicks left. Yep, so the Vitruvius was to grab that NAPD back from archives into his hand. which was the right play, obviously. Second click installs likely the NAPD, and last click was to advance it. He has no bad publicity, so next turn triple advance and score for the win. Unless Dien has something up his sleeves with one card. I think that might be it. You never know though. He could run R&D and grab 2 Wotens, but I don't think Kaiwen would have put that in his deck. Two more 3-pointers that he doesn't need. Or you could just grab 2 back-to-back agendas, one Vitruvius and one beta test. That's the route I would take, because it's kind of a last-ditch effort. And he's not going to be able to beat the Ash Trace. Then again, he can't afford to beat Bastion either, so there's not really much to be done. I haven't seen many people over advance of Vitruvius, but I guess in this situation that was a really good choice. Hold that agenda in archives as long as possible, knowing it's defended by the Quandary and this unknown piece of ice, and then grabbing it when you need it for the win, rather than having to draw through your deck and give the runners some time to recoup. So that was a good play there. It takes 3 credits and decides to run the remote with the Ash in it that starts at Trace 4. He didn't really have a choice. No res, I'm assuming no res again. Data Sucker and Yogg. And then, oh wow. He splashed Caprice. Whenever the runner passes all of the ice protecting the server, you and the runner secretly spend 0, 1, or 2 credits. Reveal spent credits if you and the runner spent a different number of credits, and the run, he's going to spend 2 or 1, doesn't matter what he spends, as long as he spends something, because then Dien won't have enough to steal NAPD contracts. So, that works too. And there it is, NAPD contracts for the win. Kaiwen takes the first match as Corp, 7-3. Sorry, 8-3. Math is hard. 8-3. Here's hoping Octagon does a flip properly and flips the board for me. Good guy Dien. Let Kaiwen res that Ash on the account siphon earlier. Oops. Forgot to close Hangouts. Apologies. So, it didn't flip. This is kind of ugly. Oh, this is so bad. Why doesn't it flip? Gross. So it doesn't flip. Is there a way for me to flip it? Ask the channel. This sucks. Okay, so Kaiwen's playing Wizard. sorry, Kaiwen's playing, Kaiwen's playing Wizard, and Dien's playing Wayland, Building a Better World. Opens up with a draw and double ice install. I apologize for the board again, I don't know why it didn't flip. Ooh. Kaiwen face checks HQ, forces a bankrupt corp because of the 5 cost hive, runs R&D, sees nothing. There we go. Dien's just cleaning up the board a little bit. I could exit and rejoin, but because I'm gonna throw these up on the archives, I don't want to miss any of the game. Last click. Kaiwen plays daily cast. Dien opens up 2 credits and a ice install, creating a remote server, an empty remote server. First click, running R&D. Ice wall bounces. Second click to draw, sitting at 6 cards. Click 3, personal workshops, and click 4, host parasite on personal workshop. This card has a lot of text, but essentially you get to host a program on it. You put as many counters as the cost of the program. Every turn you get to remove one of those counters. When there are no counters left, you install it, or you can pay a credit at any time to reduce the amount of counters, at which point again, if it hits 0, it gets installed right away. So Dien opens up, first click install Jackson, reses Jackson, second click draws with Jackson, and click 3 was a credit, discarding 2 face down cards that I can't see. First click by Kaiwen, face checks the remote server, forcing Dien to pop his Jackson. Second click quality time, drawing 5 cards. It's probably looking to throw some more things down on personal workshop. He now has 8 cards in hand. Just targeting one of these cards. Yep. Throws Corroder down on personal workshop for his 3rd click. Such a good card. Personal workshop is. And a sharpshooter. So for the new people watching, when Kaiwen's turn comes back, all 3 of these cards won't actually lose a counter. He's going to have to choose which program to take a counter from. I'm assuming it won't be Parasite because there's nothing that he wants to really install it on yet, I would think, without having Grimoire out. So Dien's turn, sitting at 1 credit, he installs a piece of ice over the empty remote, paying 1. And installs a second piece of ice over R&D, paying another 1, leaving him at 0. And that's the end of his turn. As far as I know, there isn't a method for players to reveal hidden zones. Kaiwen opens up with a run over R&D. No res on the first ice because Ice Wall is going to bump him. He has no Grimoire, so he can't even pay to do the Parasite coming in at 1 to trash Ice Wall, so he bounces. Maybe he thought he had Grimoire out, I don't know. Second click draw, sitting at 6 cards, 4 credits. So yeah, 6 cards and 4 credits. I'm wondering if that last click was a mistake. gonna have to ask about that after running on R&D, knowing that he couldn't get through. Hosts Mimic on Personal Workshops, and then hosts Yogg on Personal Workshops. So he has this full suite of Anarch Breakers waiting to come in. Still no Data Sucker though. Dien takes his first 2 clicks for 2 credits. He needs a beanstalk or something to get his economy going. Installs another piece of ice over archives. I have to send DB0 an email about the board not switching. True, he does have Corroder on Personal Workshop, so he could have paid the remaining money, installed it mid-run, and broke Ice Wall. I guess he decided against doing that. Kaiwen draws once, draws twice, installs Katie Jones, and pops Katie. Dien opens up with 2 credits and a install over HQ. So now all 3 of his servers are double iced. Archives remains with 1. Kaiwen's first click is to draw. Here we go. Now Grimoire's out, so I think he's going to go back to the R&D run. Wait, what happened? Oh, he made a mistake. He put Grimoire on Workshop first. And this time, Dien forces him to hold on to his mistake. Unlike last game. Which is fair. Ooh. Double click hedge fund. 10 credits just like that. Let's see what he decides to take a counter off of. Takes a counter off of Grimoire. Quality time to draw another 5 cards. Sitting at 9 with 2 credits. And 6 on Katie Jones. Again, for the few people that just joined, this is the second round, or the second game of a match for the Octagon tournament that I'm running, Cyber Siege I. 2 of the top players from the Toronto meta are playing head-to-head right now in a featured matchup, which was totally random, by the way. I didn't I didn't put them together on purpose. So Kaiwen takes 6 from K Jones and double sure gamble. It's now sitting at 16 credits, 7 cards. Drops Armitage. So some people say Armitage. I guess Armitage. Mais je suis français. Second card, Parasite. Dien's go. First click, draw. Sitting at 7 cards. Ooh, restructure up to 16 credits. Nice, that's awesome. So good. The Wayland money swings are so real. Draws a card. Drops 1 face down. And a second face down coming up. There it is. Back to Kaiwen, 16 credits. 5 cards, still 4 MU waiting to be used. He hasn't really felt the need to install anything yet. No agenda scored, and it is turn 16. He does have a lot of options here. Oh, pays to install Data Sucker, which doesn't cost a click because it's off of Personal Workshop. Oh wait, it wasn't. That was a misclick. So he's hosting Data Sucker on Personal Workshop. My fault. I thought I was already there. Spreading his cards out so you can see everything that's on Personal Workshop. Dien says, where's that site for reporting players? That's hilarious. Kaiwen's making all these little errors. Octagon errors, though. No res, ice wall. I'm assuming now he's gonna install the corroder on the fly to address the ice wall. Or maybe Grimoire Parasite. So he installs Grimoire on the fly, so now when viruses come in, they come in with a token. Then he installs Parasite on the fly, which means it comes in at 1. Ice Wall only has 1 strength, so it's now gone and the run is successful. Those Anarch plays. Well, using Personal Workshop. That Anarch Shaper synergy. And he installs Data Sucker on the fly. Comes in with a token because of Grimoire and immediately gains another token because of the successful run. No agenda, but still a lot of momentum gained right there. It's such a sweet play. I love seeing that. And all that was just 1 click. Or two. What did he do in his first click? Going back. Oh yeah, first click was installing the Data Sucker on Personal Workshop. And his last 2 clicks were draw and activate Katie. Wayland opens up with the hedge fund into power shutdown. So that Data Sucker is now gone. Very nice play. Power shutdown, he mills 1 card and the runner has to delete a program or piece of hardware equal to the amount of cards, with a cost equal to the amount of cards that were trashed by the corp. So it's back to Kaiwen's turn. Just as I said how sweet that Data Sucker play was, it gets wiped away right away. So good. Wayland too strong. There's another Parasite on Personal Workshops running this remote server. Hits another Hive, which has all 5 end the round subroutines with no agendas scored. That's rough. So it would have cost him 6 credits to break with corroder, plus the 1 credit to install corroder, so 7 total. Face checking R&D. No res. And he trashes a card, which I can't see again. Oh, it's Jackson Howard. Okay, so he trashes Jackson Howard for free using Wizard's recurring credits. Dien draws twice and installs another piece of ice over R&D, now sitting at 14. Wizard too strong. This has been an interesting game so far. Pace has been pretty slow. Dirty Laundry, Archives. Again, possibly to face check. Nope. Forces the Jackson. Let's see what 3 cards get chosen. So Jackson Howard brings back a Jackson Howard and 2 unknown cards. And the run goes through with no agendas found in Archives. Still sitting at 0-0. Kaiwen has 2 clicks left. He hits an ice wall. gonna have to decide to throw that corroder out now. And there it is. So he pays 1 to get corroder out on the fly. Breaks ice wall for 1 credit, so that costs him 2 total. No res on the second ice. Maybe it's an archer. And another trash. Did Jackson really get put to the... Wow. Jackson got shuffled to the top of the deck and trashed for free. Another corroder. Sorry, ice wall break. Top card of R&D is again not an agenda. And we're still sitting at 0-0. Kaiwen has 1 click left. Decides to pump Katie and end his turn. So we're back to Dien. First click draw. Second click draw. And he has 13 credits. Third click was about to be an install, but he changed his mind. Installs ice instead, and creates a new remote empty server. Back to Kaiwen. 13 credits. Five MU and 4 cards. Hey, 10 viewers, how's it going? The chat's so quiet. I guess we're waiting for some hype Evo moments. Text some Chun-Li. So Wizard is awake after a long night of donut eating, judging by his stomach. First click, Deja Vu. Gets a Data Sucker and Parasite back. Throws the Parasite down on Personal Workshops and runs R&D. So that's an easy break of Ice Wall, no res again. Seeing the top card of R&D. Installs the Data Sucker on the fly. I love it. 2 tokens. No agenda off of R&D. Kaiwen's Justin Wong and Dien is Daigo. I love it. That Jay Wong effect. Random interesting fact. Justin Wong actually autographed the fight stick that I made when he was in Toronto at Toryuken. Toryuken 1 actually. Makes it even more special. First click. Installs in the Hive remote and double advance. And it's turn. See what Kaiwen decides to do here. 9 credits. Hive will still cost him a ton of money, considering he only has 9. So I don't think he'll run that remote actually. And you never know with the install double advance. Could be a trap. Those are always fishy. So he runs R&D instead. Scores a priority wreck, which immediately drops the price on this Hive. So now this Hive only has 2 subroutines that end the run. Oh, sorry, that's on the corpse area. Sorry, my fault. It's still at 5. This is definitely 3rd strike levels of meter gain, says Chanty. So good. The references, so good. He runs the remote. Ooh. Parasites the Hive and uses Data Sucker. Nice. No res. Is this a trap? Is it a trap? Purple card. Yup. There it is. I knew it was going to be purple. Aggressive Secretary. Pay 2 credits when the runner accesses. Trash 1 program for each advancement token. So Corroder and Data Sucker are both gone. You never know with that install double advance. It's so fishy. Scumbag moves. But so good. Has a secondary Corroder on Personal Workshop. What just happened? Oh, there he goes. He installed it wrong. Puts that on the Personal Workshop. We'll last click draw, and it is now Dien's turn again. There's the Beanstalk. Been waiting for that. Been reading Freefall a lot today, so lots of Beanstalk talk. Got me excited. Installs over that remote that just got the hive trashed. Ends his turn. Kaiwen is at 7 credits. His money's been dwindling a bit, but when you have Katie Jones in the background, you're not more worried about money. As long as you've been paying attention to her. Treat Katie Jones like your girlfriend. Give her all the attention. Every turn, give her attention, a little bit of affection, and she'll pay you back. Just like that. So now he's at 16 credits. Installs Corroder on the run. Breaks Ice Wall. No res on the second piece of ice. And sees the top card of R&D, which is again no score. Third click draw. That's gotta be frustrating. When you run R&D that much and you've only seen one agenda, and I believe this is like turn 30. Hey, Fall Guy. This video is going to be on the Fall Guys channel, YouTube channel. So give that some daylight. Fall Guy, Fall Guy. What is this? What sorcery is this? Double advance and scores. Hostile takeover. Hive now has 4 in the runs instead of 5. Dien also has a bad publicity, but he's sitting at 17 credits. Again, for the new people that joined, first things first, this is the second game of a Octagon tournament match between Kaiwen and Dien, two very, very good players from the Toronto meta. The tournament is called Cyber Siege I, a tournament hosted by myself for a bunch of the Toronto players. Unfortunately, the table didn't flip in between games, so that's why it looks all wonky. And Kaiwen is now at 4 points, gaining a bit of momentum here. Sitting at 6 points now. Takeover and Atlas in one turn. It's looking good. But you never know with Wayland. It can quickly turn around. A couple punitives. No, never mind. Installs in the remote after a Beanstalk. Yeah, Beanstalk. Ooh, Sharpshooter off of Personal Workshops. Break any number of Destroyer subroutines. Expecting the Archer play. I would too. I don't think he's going to res this though. Breaks Ice Wall. First click running R&D. Doesn't see an agenda. Good call on the no res. Gotta trust in the heart of the cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! I watched that show so much and all I can remember is Joey and Red Eyes. Enigma. Here comes the Yogg. Breaks both subs for free. Second piece of ice. Archer. So he forfeits his only agenda. Archer's sitting at 6 strength with 4 subs. There is, however, a sharpshooter on the table. So you gotta think that this isn't an agenda, knowing that Dien could see this sharpshooter sitting on the table almost the entire game. Ninja formation. Shadow Clone Jitsu. Successful run. What is this? What could this be? Not an agenda. Nope. Corporate troubleshooter. Good play. Get rid of that, whatever you call it. It's late, I'm sorry. Get rid of that sharpshooter. Oops. Troubleshooter finds sharpshooter. Sharpshooter finds troubleshooter, I mean. Here come, well, Mimic's there. There's no data sucker. That kind of sucks. It's prepping with the Plascretes. Install that one on the fly. Let's see what happens. Dien, 3 clicks, 14 credits. First click to draw. Score is 6-0. Another power shutdown. He mills 1 card. 2 cards, sorry. To get rid of Corroder. That card was explained earlier, so I think everyone should know. New players alike. New players and veteran players alike, I should say. Now things are getting interesting. So he installs behind that Archer and Enigma. The Enigma doesn't matter because Yogg breaks for free, but what's important here is the Archer, which can't be broken by Mimic because there are no data suckers out. So Kaiwen opens up his turn with 12 credits. A Mimic and Plascrete Carapace hosted on Personal Workshop. $0 on Katie Jones and Fall Guys. Ooh, he has another sharpshooter. First click running R&D. Finally reses Grim, which means Yogg is gonna get trashed. Ooh, dirty. Or no, he blows a sharpshooter on Grim. Or not. Oh no, he took it off so that Grim would get trashed. And scores. Wow, nice play. That was smart. Wow. Very nice. 7-0. Wow, 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 wow. So he took the sharpshooter off of Personal Workshop mid-run, paid the rest of the cost for it, to trash sharpshooter for Grim, rather than have Yogg get lost. I'm assuming. It all happened so fast.